It's the AJ and McCall show.
After the show! Hey, I did that pretty good.
That was good. I enjoyed that. Very good. No McCall because she's bettering herself or whatever her excuse is for not being here today. Snow day? Maybe snow day? I'm not sure.
No, it's pretty much like a snow morning.
Snow morning.
Because it was like pretty much sunny the whole way in.
Hey, what was it like where you're at since you're out of the main part of the valley?
Crap.
Because the ski report said that you guys got dumped on pretty good.
Well, you got to remember the ski report is also up inside of the mountain.
I mean,
down
fair,
on the,
but
there's difference between the bench and then down on the valley and in the mountain.
I feel like if they're getting, I think they said 12 inches, you got to get something.
Okay, I probably got maybe 3-4 inches.
Not bad. It's not terrible. We're still not getting anything. My friend back home, they got in Indiana, my buddy, my old roommate, got he has 2-inch snow drifts in his backyard. 2 foot, 2 inches nothing. 2 foot snow drifts in his backyard. 2-inch, jeez. Okay.
That's just normal snow.
Then he rubs it in because he's like, oh yeah, it's up to my hot tubbing area. And I'm like, you mother trucker.
Wow.
Bragging about it.
My hot tub's covered.
But that would,
in snow.
To me, be... I wouldn't be out there right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't do it.
I love going in during the wintertime.
When is the last time you hot tubbed?
Probably not this last November, but before then. Because I didn't start it up this year.
Ah. Well, now you're missing out.
It's okay.
You were the one that kept telling me that we were going to have all the snow in February, just like we did last year.
I know. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, wow. It did the same thing as it did last year. We had a lot. We're getting a lot.
Same thing.
And it's not done.
No, not at all. Okay, so let's start with, before we get to the topic on the Facebook page, it's going to kind of lead into it anyway, but Would You Rather Wednesday was, would you rather travel to the future and meet your great-great-grandkids or travel to the past and meet your ancestors?
What if you didn't have any kids?
I mean, you're thinking logically about this because that was a possible conundrum that I wouldn't have
So you'd be visiting nobody.
Well, you could visit, I don't know, your great-great-grand nieces and nephews.
I can go back and see who?
You're just ancestors. People in your family from a distant past. Distant-ish.
What if they don't like me?
Your ancestors?
Yeah.
Bad news, because what if then they decide to alter the history? Like, yeah, maybe we don't want to have a Butters once they get to that point.
Oh.
McCall and I both
For some reason,
past.
I was thinking Mulan, like that type of going back and seeing the ancestors.
Can I have Mushu? Is Mushu an option in my family?
Yes. Maybe I'll go to the future. I don't know if I want to go back. That would make me nervous. We're not going to have that kid.
I didn't think about that, but that's a fair point to think. Because I would assume great-great-grandchild would be kid, grandchild, great-grandchild. So 4 generations. So if you skip 4 generations backwards, it'd be your, let's see, dad, grandpa, great-grandpa, great-great-grandpa. Which really, in hindsight, it's not even that far. Like, I knew my grandpa. Great-great-grandpa is 2 more before that.
See, I knew my great-grandma.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did I know my great? No, my grandpa wasn't. He was just grandpa to me. But at one point in a family union, we did have 5 generations, which is kind of bonkers. That's not that far back. I picked back because, one, my dad was adopted, so he doesn't know it, and that'd be kind of cool.
I never thought of that.
2, oh, that's right. Our dad shared that. I forgot. So he didn't know. He doesn't. I don't know, and I don't know anything really outside of my mom's side of the family. For as close as they are. Outside of my grandpa's, which is only 2 generations,
right?
And so there's that. But I was like, kids, they're probably gonna be maybe a little bratty, a little snotty. I'm gonna go to the future world and have no idea what's going on. Go back to the past so and have not the amenities, but I feel like be totally fine with what's going on. Be totally comfortable.
It'd be funny because you'd be like, if you actually didn't exist in the future, you just vanish. You're just done.
I don't know. I wouldn't like it. I picked past. I'm going with past. I'm going to go visit my ancestors because I think those stories will be cool. What are my great-great-grandkids going to tell me? Oh, now with the blink of an eye, you can transport anywhere. Be like, oh, and then all of a sudden I'm that guy. I'm like, back in my day.
You're on TikTok?
Yeah,
that crap sucks.
Yeah, to start with a 99 Civic. Doesn't matter what year it was. Give me 2045, 99 Civic was your first car. Okay, so that was Would You Rather Wednesday, but that leads us to the actual topic because I've been thinking about this a lot. Ashley and I have been on this like ancient Egypt kick recently. Okay, so first question, because you and McCall do the tarot cards and all that moon magic stuff. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Maybe.
Usually they say, I should say this. One of the things I've read is that one of the signs is sometimes you have like dreams or stuff where it's very vivid, but you have no recollection because obviously it's from an older time. They say it could be memories from a past life, but I don't think I've ever had any of those. Like I get deja vu a lot. But I don't feel like I've ever had any dreams where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in the Civil War. Look at that bush. I don't feel like I've ever had any of those dreams.
No, but I did see like a news story about some kid. Oh, it was crazy. It was like, because somebody had died years before.
Oh, I think I know this story. Like
it was recently.
It was like the guy that died was like a vet of one war, right?
Or something.
And then that kid like knew like intimate details about him or something like that.
It was crazy weird.
Okay, I think I remember seeing that story too.
Possibly.
I don't know if I think it would be cool. Unless the
question is, do you get to choose?
Nah, I think reincarnate. Well, I think the bigger challenge for reincarnation. So you don't get to choose. I think it's just you just kind of go into the line. You die, you're in the line, and then wherever you're at in the line, that's where you get to go. The question is, do you only come back as people? Because if you throw like animals in there, it's like, oh, now it's a whole crapshoot. Die and come back as a worm. That's terrible. I hate this.
What's the life expectancy of a worm?
Of an earthworm? I don't know. I'll Google it for you. See, I couldn't do this if I was an earthworm. Google would not be within my realm of powers.
You probably wouldn't care.
No,
there's rain. Oh, no, I
dirt.
gotta get out.
4 to 8 years.
Jeez.
For the average earthworm. I did not know that.
Where do they go in the wintertime? Like just deep inside the ground? I mean, don't they have to breathe?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll let next question for Google.
Or do they just hibernate until they're like nothing? Like so they don't use any resources?
Google knew exactly
what I wanted. Or do they just
like
breathe through the dirt? Or mud or whatever.
It says during winter, most worms stay in their burrows. They're coiled in a slime-coated ball and go in a sleep-like state called estivation, which is similar to hibernation.
Huh.
So they just sleep. Huh. Worms. Fascinating.
McCall loves worms.
So there you go. Reincarnation, and you learned a couple of facts about worms.
That is just nuts.
So here's the question, because you asked if you choose then. If you could, I guess, not choose, but if you could live in an ancient period. So I guess if you had a period you could be reincarnated from that you wish you lived in, what period would it be from the past?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to go back.
Well, if you wouldn't go back, you'd already been there. But if you think that, I guess the better way to question that, a better way to phrase that question is, if you had lived sometime in the past and been reincarnated, which time do you think you would enjoy the most from the past?
None of it.
Not a single iota. I hope that my reincarnation started right when I was born in this lifetime and we'll go forward from here.
Yeah.
None at all.
Yeah.
Not ancient Egypt, Rome, early America in the 70s. None of it.
Nah, I don't know.
Not a single one. That's crazy.
Maybe the 60s. I don't know.
So Producer Butters was a stoned out hippie in the 60s.
My problem is I really like technology, and I feel like that if I went back, technology
You're not going back. What I'm saying is we're already there.
Right.
So now because of this lifetime, you're like, oh, those other lifetimes sucked.
Basically.
Could have been a pharaoh, a king, a knight.
I don't know. Maybe it was better back in the 60s, so...
Bruce Butters is new to the reincarnation line.
Yep.
You must have been a bunch of animals then, and then finally like, what? A human came up in the 60s?
And then I was like, I don't know how this works.
And then you died young and you started it back over again with this lifetime. Born in 89 as well, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I'm fascinated with ancient times. Part of the reason we do travel, so I think it would be cool to be in ancient Egypt or Rome, those classic ages. I don't want to be one of the first men. Could you imagine me as one of the first Homo sapiens What does all this stuff do? Falls off cliff. Look, we discovered fire, burns to death.
Oh.
Like, I'm contributing nothing to the advancement of the human species.
And then you just, yep.
Look, a cat attacked by a saber-tooth tiger.
Hey, at least you figured it out. You'll die.
I did not advance the species whatsoever if I was one of the first Homo sapiens.
Yeah. Hey, so I did that DNA test thingy.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm excited.
So I think that
This is the one where it tells you all your nationalities. Is that what you're talking about?
something like that. Yeah. So what's a Nathaniel?
Neanderthal?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So I have a percentage of that. Apparently.
Interesting. I was just looking at this. So there's two. Neanderthal, evolution of man. It's Neanderthal and something else. There was two different man lines or people lines.
I'll see if I can pull it up real quick. Oh, crazy. I just got a notification that Rush Limbaugh passed away.
For realsies?
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, I'm going to Google that now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all over Google here.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I was just not by choice listening to him on the radio the other day.
Weird.
That's nuts. Okay, so back to yours thing. So Neanderthal, I think, was a different form of human evolution that died out. And then there's the Homo line. So there's Homo habitus, Homo erectus, Homo Neanderthal, the stupid scientific names, and then Homo sapiens. But I believe I was just reading this because I'm actually writing a blog piece about something, and I was looking at this.
If I can figure out how to get to where I found it,
It's very Neanderthal what you're doing right now. You're living up to your ancestors' roots.
definitely. Ugh, throw it. Don't need it. It says I have more Neanderthal
Interesting.
than 13% of other customers in this one here. Gosh, I swear it says.
Well, because I believe if I remember what I read correctly was right. So the Neanderthal line died, but the Neanderthal line also mated with the Homo erectus sapien line. So that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
That's a cool fun fact about yourself. If you ever have to do two truths and a lie, I'd say that one. That's interesting.
I have 211 variants in my DNA of that.
Huh. What is it?
Then it says you have less than 2% Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. Does it say? So is it the one that tells you different nationalities?
Well, yeah, I can go back to that too.
So what is you?
European.
Shocker, you're white.
Right? No, I thought it was funny. So it's kind of changed since I've done this. So northwestern European 98.3%. So 4% Scandinavian, 1.1% German and French, 1.8 broadly northwestern European, and then this weird Jewish 1.3%. Ashkenazi?
How do you say it?
Ashkenazi? Kanzi?
I can't remember how to say yeah.
Would that explain my red beard?
Wasn't that an Irish trait? Is that a Jewish trait? I don't know. Or
I don't
Jewish
know.
genetic, I guess, trait. Ashkenazi, I think is the word.
And then apparently 0.2% is unassigned because they just couldn't figure that out.
Wolf. Dragon. Part 2.2% dragon. You're 0.2% dragon.
Oh, let's see. Northeast Indian?
Like Native American or Indian as in like over in Asia?
Bengali. This is Bengali and Northeast Indian.
No, that's the Asian Indian.
Yeah, broadly
Interesting.
northeastern East African.
Huh. I need to buy one of these. How much did you buy it? Did you get a gift? I think Ashley got one as a gift.
Oh, I bought it myself.
Did it set you back much?
It was $100 or so.
I still kind of want to do it.
So what I did is I did one company and then I had my dad do the other. Thinking that you can import. Nope. But there are other places that you can import your DNA, and yeah.
I think I want to do that. I think when we get that next round of stimuli checks, I might scooch 100 over for that.
Oh, it's right here. 91.4% of your ancestry is British and Irish. So that makes sense.
Well, Northwestern, you'd be in those aisles. So there you go. So drink tea and develop a cool accent.
Yeah. I think I'm too dumb to do that.
That's the Neanderthal talking right there.
There's the 2%.
You know, people have, there's those stupid memes that go around where people are like, oh, sorry, it's because I'm a Scorpio. You just be like, oh, sorry, it's because I'm Neanderthal. Must smash.
Yeah, right. So here's another thing that's stupid. And I don't know why it keeps telling me this, but you know how it like tells you your relatives or whatever?
Right.
So it keeps telling me that this lady is my grandmother, right? Well, this lady was born before my dad, after my dad was born. So I don't know how that's possible.
So either you got some Jerry Springer level drama going on that somebody didn't tell you about, or the website's wrong.
I'm pretty sure the website's wrong, and I've reported it, but it just, I don't know.
They tell you, no, you guys both spit in the file, and we're telling you, you're related.
I think she tried to reach out, but I don't know whatever happened with it. I don't know. I don't really watch it that often. Oh, I know why mine was so much. It's because I bought the health part too.
Oh.
That is why.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know how to get to the relatives part.
Bruce Butter's trying to find his fake grandma. Just reach out to her.
We shared our DNAs with each other now, so yeah. I also had this other person trying to help me find my dad's biological parents.
That would be cool.
He got close, but it's now up to basically him to reach out, and he ain't gonna do it. So
that sucks.
He doesn't want to know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, I guess I could certainly understand. At this point in lifetime, just as long as it's gone, I think my dad would want to know. I think he tried for a while. I don't know if they hired a private investigator, but problem was I think with my family, I think my grandma, which would be my dad's actual mom, had most of the information, but just refused to give it up in total bullcrap situation.
See, I guess back in the day, when the church would do adoptions, they were blind, like, so you didn't know,
right,
and they didn't know.
Right.
So.
I want to do that now. All right, everybody, let's do that and find out if we are also Neanderthal or part Bigfoot or something. Producer Butters, 0.2% Bigfoot.
Me done now.
This is in the AJ and McCall show after the show.